You've been a genie for 10,000 years and you're sick of humans wishing for the same things over and over again. What messed up twists would you add to popular wishes to entertain yourself? I want a bigger dong. A second, bigger dong appears next to the existing one. Or it emerges from their forehead and is so big that when you drink soup, it gets in there, and when you're talking to people it hilariously flops into your mouth like long hair on a windy day. If someone asks for unlimited money, I crash the whole freaking economy. Money is worthless and the world falls to pieces. I'd imagine if you granted that wish without a catch you'd still crash the economy. For everyone who asked to be rich, I would legally change their name to be Richard. That's a total dong move. You want a 12-inch dong? Radius. Enjoy your cheese wheel. I like to imagine a hairy 2-foot sphere with a little purple nipple on the end with a slot. I want to have the highest IQ in the world. Granted, but your IQ doesn't change. But Brando has what plants crave. I want to be the richest person in the world. You are the last person in the world. And your name is now Rich. Just for good measure. As soon as they get their money, Zimbabwe-style hyperinflation starts. And the genie's name, Robert Mugabe. I want to be able to fly. A passport appears. But I can't afford the tickets. Air miles reward miles increases slightly. Give a single man or woman the vast wealth that they wish for, and when others ask for the same thing just show them a way of taking first wish bearers' wealth for themselves. It'll be its own little freakfest of plots, murder and backstabbing. When someone wishes for more wishes, turn them into a genie. Have all the wishes you want, mate. Anyone who wants to be attractive would get a gravitational pull. But everybody already has a gravitational pull. Everybody has mass. Wish for more wishes? Fine. Every time you wish for something you get it. Even those little thoughts in your head you wouldn't want to come true are wishes to be granted. The first thing I'd try to think of is this: I wish that what I intended to wish for would be granted rather than what I actually said, with the ramifications I would have expected had I time to consider the consequences. Then, I wish that wishes would only be granted if I verbally said kapow after making them. If they ask for money, I give them devalued Zimbabwean currency. Monopoly money. When someone asked for a massive dong, they would end up with Foghorn Leghorn living with them. Now look here. I say boy, you're about as sharp as a sack of wet mice. I thought you asked for a 12-inch pianist. Just hand them a 12 inches severed dong. Well, it's what you asked for, you sick freak. I want to be the smartest person in the world. You are now the only person in the world. Tell them no when they wish anything. So simple, yet effective. I would give them exactly what they wished for, no twists, but I'd sneer at the wish and make them wonder when the twist would appear. OHH. Finger air quotes richest person alive? Who? Okay, you're gonna regret this and they'll think I've done something crappy. But in reality I just actually made them the richest person in the world, and it changes all their relationships, and they realize that the reason they were unhappy all along was simply because of who they are as a person. They regret it because it's simply not that great of a wish. Make the turkey in their sandwich a little dry. I wanna be rich. Poof your chocolate cake. I wish I was a billionaire. Becomes a billionaire but also the most wanted and hated drug lord on the planet. I want to be irresistible to women. Every woman becomes a clingy stalker. I want to meet the love of my life. Person is married, happily, with kids. If someone wished for their crush to love them back, I would make the crush fall so obsessively in love with them to the point it became psychotic and stalkerish. Yandia, if you will. All crush brand soda would be physically attracted to them. This reminds me of a joke I read from the GOT series regarding Tyrion. Exclamation point spoiler alert. Tyrion walks into a brothel with a honeycomb and a jackass. The madam says to him, "What can we do for you?" and Tyrion says, "I need a woman to lay with, for mine has left me." The madam asks, "Whatever for? And what's the deal with the honeycomb and the jackass?" and Tyrion says, "My woman found a genie in a bottle, and he granted her 3 wishes. The first was for a house fit for a queen, so he gave her this dang honeycomb. The second wish was that she have the nicest butt in all the land, so he gave her this dang donkey. The madam asks, and what about the third wish? And Tyrion says she asked the genie to make my dong hang down past my knee. Well, that one's not so bad, says the madam. Tyrion responds, not so bad. I used to be 6'3". Oh thank you. They never told this joke on the show. If someone asked to be hot or beautiful, I would grant them their wish, except they would be the opposite gender. I can't imagine all the panicked faces when dudes realize they're chicks. I think some will see it as more of a win. I'd give them a 300-page long EULA that they actually had to read until they understood before making their wish. And after they did, they'd have to sign another one. Not a twist on the wish itself, but rather a modern twist on the genie life. I also grant whatever they wished for themselves or for someone they love to the person they hate the most. If they gained anything from the wish, I'd make sure everyone in their lives knew they got it through a genie. I had the unreasonable fear that what they experience is but a dream and they might wake up at any moment. I'd grant their wish to version of them in a nearly equal parallel universe, and allow them to see this alternative reality at any point they wished. Teleport their mom to our location and ask for her input for every wish. Make it more real. If they wish for money, sure, but you gotta pay a lot of wishing tax. I also need all the forms filled out in fourfold. Wishing for more wishes. Sure, you can wish whenever you want, just like anyone else. You didn't specify I should grant them as well. Wishing to fly. Sure, you will be some government experiment within a week. Wishing for more wishes. Suddenly, they can't stop this overwhelming greed and need for everything. Wishing to fly. The next day on their flight back from where you are, the plane compartment suddenly decompresses right next to their seat. I shouldn't have thought about the second. I'm going flying tomorrow. First person. I want $1 billion. Please. Makes $1 billion and pennies fall on requester's head. Second person. Geez. I'd like $1 billion to be transferred into my bank account. Please. Transfers $1 billion from the account of drug dealers, mafia people, making it obvious where the money went. Third person. Wow. You are some kind of dong genie. I'll just take a cheeseburger with fries. Hits person in face with cheeseburger and dumps fries on their head. Sucker. I'm still eating the burger and fries. Ha. Another wish for $1 million? Great. $1 gold falls at terminal velocity every second and hits you on the head. Have fun toting buckets of change with all those lumps for the next 11 days. Use one of the buckets to protect yourself from the rest of the change. At least that way you won't sustain lethal damage. None. People will assume that I'm trying to be vicious and spend years trying to figure out some good wording when I'm just chilling like a villain. Also, I like to see people happy, so there's that. Everything comes with herpes. They didn't specifically make me a prince who doesn't have herpes. Make them rich but alert the IRS about their sudden gains. So long as the money isn't stolen, all they can do is tax a big cut of it away. If someone wants $1 million, I would grant it. Also, they would be in the middle of a horrible divorce and the ex is winning. If they asked for a partner, I would heavily exaggerate the features they asked for. Tall equals twice your height. Skinny equals tweaker physique. Muscles equals bowling bullish. And so on. Having a muscle general twice my height wouldn't be that bad at all. Anyone who thinks otherwise is wrong. In every wish or deep desire lies a darkness brewing. For that which you purport to want contains its own undoing. To ask for anything unearned is to feel hollow, and while you reap a great reward, the price of it will follow. Those who seek the splendor found in riches near unending will always hold suspicion toward the people they're befriending. Wealth may have allure when regarded on its own, yet it is truly worthless when one is all alone. Those who ask for cherished love, for passion they can feel, will forever know the truth that it isn't real. Loneliness and longing will be all they understand when they've fallen for a puppet that arose from their demand. Those who want a power far beyond the scope of men will find that their abilities will bring about their end. Speed and strength will tear a person's body clean apart, while immortality will condemn a person's heart. For every wish or deep desire is itself a snare. To realize this is to plead for staying unaware. Only one escape remains for those who hear our cast. Whisper out the final words. I wish I hadn't asked. Any material thing they ask for appears on top of them. A fully functional Alessandro Ambrosio adult robot that is not so heavy it will crush me. You got it. That'll be $1 billion hairs. I wish for love. Granted, but they have the love of a mantis and will bite your head off after fricking. Considering humans can't unhinge their jaws, this will probably be very painful. I want to fly. Teleport them 200 feet in the air. And they would just be falling, not flying. Slip in a recall clause that changes back any selfish wish after 72 hours. Rich is subjective. I'd just drive the world into poverty with the last small amount of money being with the wisher. He'd briefly be rich, but I doubt his money would hold up anywhere due to the worldwide panic. Calling Arthem and Keyspore. It's Arthem and Keyspore. You want to be a millionaire? Cool, welcome to Venezuela. They can be very rich, but hyperinflation takes hold. Suddenly, your £1 million is worthless. Lol. Anything they wish for will be stuffed with expired cottage cheese. Oh, let's see. If they wished for immortality, I'd make them into an immortal genie. If they wanted riches, I'd make them into a rich, immortal genie. If they wanted someone to fall in love with them, I'd make them into a rich, immortal genie, and have that person become their new master. If they asked for someone they love to be raised from the dead, I would resurrect their loved one as a genie. And if they asked for long life and good health, I'd create universal healthcare and remove all of the tumors from their body, because that's not an unreasonable wish. You have been visited by the sniper kit. A good aim and also accuracy will come your way if you comment snipe well. Kit a like and subscribe, you magnificent person.